This episode of Facts or Nah is brought to you by Rogue Shop. Looking to reduce stress or improve your quality of sleep? Rogue Shop has you covered with a wide range of premium products, including gummies, bath salts, and oils. Go to rogueshop.com and use code Rapport when you check out. That way, they know we sent you. All right?
What's up, War Report family? We are back with another great edition of Facts or Nah, brought to you by rogueshop.com. Fellas, you guys ready to do this?
Yes, sir.
Let's get it kicked off like this. Facts or Nah, an Auburn running back will run for over 200 yards in a single game during the month of September. What do we think about this one?
I'm going to say facts on this one, just because I believe that we're going to put a very concerted effort towards the run game in these first couple of games. Even though I think we're going to be doing running back by committee, I think that somebody pops off, one or two really big gains and makes it easier to get to that yard marker. I'm going to say facts. I think that we're going to be able to do it because of the concentration we're going to have on running the ball in those first couple of games.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with Ike and go facts here as well. When I look at the month of September, we got 2 cupcake games before we play Penn State, the third game of the month. Also, we have Missouri, which was not really stout against the run last year, and I don't anticipate that changing this year. 3 solid games where we have an opportunity to do that, as well with the emphasis placed on trying to establish the ground game. That is the identity that this Auburn football team wants to have. I think there'll be plenty of opportunities, and I think someone actually gets it done. Who is it? Don't know, but I think it'll happen. Facts.
I'm going to buck the trend and go now on this one. I think there are going to be plenty of rushing yards to go around, and I think that we spread the ball around to keep people healthy and prevent injury. So I expect a strong emphasis on downhill running in the first few games against some weaker opponents, but I think Jarquez Hunter gets in on the action, and possibly Sean Jackson and Damari Alston, in these blowouts. I think Brian Harsin sees what he's got in his backups in case of injury, so I'm going no on this one, but I think we run for a lot of yards.
All right, fellas, facts or nah? Auburn football beats a top 10 opponent this season. What you guys think?
I'm definitely going facts on this one. They did it last year. They'll do it again this year. There's no excuse for it. Name your opponent. It's the SEC. You're going to get plenty of chances against top 10 opponents. I think the Tigers pull it out against somebody. I think they get multiple top 10 wins this season because they're going to surprise a lot of people with all the hard work that's being put in this offseason. So I'm going facts on this one. Tigers knock them off.
I think I'm going to go facts on this one as well. I do think that we surprise someone who is ranked in the top 10. I really only see 3 strong opportunities for that to happen during this season. Texas A&M and Georgia earlier in the season likely will be in the top 10 unless they have disaster strike very early in their seasons. And then Alabama, I don't anticipate having a rough go at it before we see them in the Iron Bowl. So that will be our 3rd opportunity. So I'm going to go facts. We're going to at least go 1 of 3 in those 3 games. So Auburn will get it done. Top 10 win.
I'm going to go clean sweep here and go facts as well. To Ike's point, I actually do see about at least 3 teams that will be in the top 10 when we face them. And one of those 3 teams we will actually face at home where we're really tough to beat. So I like our chances there. I think we get it done this year. And if it's A&M, it's a revenge game with a particular player from there that may be a factor in that. So definitely looking forward to seeing how that plays out. I'm going to go with the good guys. Facts here.
All right, we got NBA draft coming up, so let's do it like this. Facts or nah, Auburn will have 2 players taken in the first round of this year's NBA draft.
This is really a question about whether Walker Kessler is going to get taken in the first round. So I'm going to go facts on this one. I think somebody picks up Big Sexy in the first round. He's earned it. He was a block machine. He was one of the best defensive players in college basketball last year, single-handedly changing the course of games by changing shots around the rim. I think that's definitely a useful skill at the next level in the NBA, so I'm going facts. I think somebody takes Walker Kessler first round.
Guys, I'm actually going to go nah on this one. I think to get Jabari may actually be the first pick in the draft. It's looking that way. If you'd asked me this question maybe a month or so ago, I probably would have definitely said facts. But I have seen Walker Kessler's stock slide a little bit. He's been teetering around that 25, 26, 27. And as any indication is what we saw last year with Cooper leaving, he was around that area and end up going second round. I think Walker Kessler ends up sliding to the second round as well. I hope that doesn't happen because it'll be really cool to see two Auburn players drafted in the first round. Definitely will be a big night for Auburn. I hope I'm wrong, but I'm going to go nah here.
This is a tough one for me because I am a big fan of Walker Kessler. The question is, are there 32 players in this draft that are better than him and better fits for whatever team needs they're existing in the draft? I'm going to say nah and say that Walker Kessler will be a second round draft pick. I think he's going to go high in the second round, but he's going to go in the second round, which will mean Auburn will only have one player drafted in the first round of this year's draft.
Guys, it's time for our RogueShop.com fan question of the week. This week's question comes from our guy, JLoon2Saucy on Twitter, and he asks, facts or nah, does Auburn have at least two quarterbacks throw for 100 yards or more in one game for the first two games of the season? Fellas, what do you think about this?
I'm going to go facts on this one. I think that we are going to see the offense try to make the plays downfield. It's not going to take a lot of throws to get to 100 yards overall. And I think two quarterbacks have the opportunity within a single game to make that happen. One of these two games, we're going to get some home runs, and we're going to make it happen with two different quarterbacks in one of these first two games, 100 yards. Facts.
I'm going to go facts here as well. I think it's important going into Penn State that Auburn establishes that it can throw the ball downfield. And I think there'll be some opportunities in the first two games. And I think we'll have two quarterbacks have an opportunity to really test or stretch the field and have some success throwing downfield as well. And I think with the big playability, we'll easily have at least two quarterbacks throwing over 100 yards in the first two games. Big facts here.
This better be a big, fat facts. We play Mercer and San Jose State, and those games should be blowouts, and the backup should get in at least by halftime and throw for at least 100 yards in both of those games. I think this is a great question because it's going to show the coach's commitment to getting the backup some playing time before they may actually need them, as we saw last season. So cannot waste valuable reps getting your quarterback ready, your backup quarterback ready. So I'm going facts on this one. I think whoever it is, both of them throw for 100 yards. That's it for another great edition of Facts or Nah, brought to you by RogueShop.com. Visit them for all your herbal supplement needs. Guys, we want to hear from you. So if you want your question featured on this segment, hit us up. #FactsOrNah on Twitter or Instagram, and we'll get your question up next. Other than that, you guys know where to find us. We are The War Rapport on most social media platforms. TW Rapport on TikTok. Fellas, we're signing off, and as always, War Eagle.
War Eagle.